Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Healthy Self, Heal Thyself, and I'm glad to see you again. Would you do me a big favor and please like my video and subscribe so I can keep going every week? You encourage me by being here. This week, I told you that we would be talking about Eat to Live by Dr. Joel Fuhrman. Dr. Fuhrman is a medical doctor. He's not some quack, and he's been doing a lot of research over the years. And I'm going to get this right one day. So I have a new mic, and I'm ready to go. So in chapter 1, which is entitled, "We are digging our graves with our forks and knives. Are you kidding me?" So one thing he emphasized is that nutrient-dense foods prolong our lives. We need to be eating foods that have a lot of nutrients. Nutrition. Most of the foods that we consume as Americans are not nutritious. Another thing he emphasized was empty calories make optimal health impossible. If you're eating a lot of empty calories, and I've been guilty of that, you won't have a good health. You won't have good health. It makes it all just about impossible. And then also he taught me how to check my BMI. And you take your weight. My weight is now 122. When I started last year, not 18 months ago, like I said in the last video, it was about 13 months ago. When I started, I was in the mid 140s. So I did this with that number, and I'm only 5'1", and it wasn't very encouraging. But you take your weight, 122, multiply it by the number 703, and then divide it by your height in inches. My height is 5'1", so that's 61 inches. So I divided by 61. And now I'm under 24, which is right where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be 24 or less. If you're over 24, your BMI is over 24, you are overweight, according to his research and his studies. Okay? All right. And those are some of the bullets from chapter 1. I'm trying to talk fast, and I have a new mic so that you can hear me. Anyway, chapter 2, overfed but malnourished. Oh, in America, we are overfed. We are good and healthy looking. In other words, obese. And malnourished, starving to death, but eating in abundance. So there was a study done with 65,000 women who ate diets high in refined carbohydrates, like white bread, white rice, and pasta. They had 2.5 times the number of diabetes, type 2 diabetes, compared to those who ate high fiber diets like whole grains, whole wheat bread, brown rice, those kind of things. 2.5 times the diabetes. And diabetes is now the 7th leading cause of death by disease in America. The 7th leading cause. And they also found that refined foods, and we love refined foods in America, refined foods are linked to oral cavity cancer, stomach cancer, colorectal cancer, intestinal cancer, breast cancer, thyroid cancer, diabetes, gallbladder disease, and heart disease. Refined foods. We should be eating complex carbohydrates, and low carb diets are not the answer. High protein, low carbs, that's all the rage now. That's not it. We should be eating complex carbohydrates. Oh, let's not forget about olive oil. Olive oil is so healthy for us, right? I used to think so. I certainly used it just about every day. 1 tablespoon, just 1 little tablespoon, maybe that much. 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon of olive oil is 120 calories. Well, okay, I can live with that. But there's no fiber. There's no protein. There's 1.8 grams of saturated fat in olive oil and 13.5 grams of fat in 1 tablespoon. There are no minerals and no vitamins, just trace of vitamin E, just a trace. So that would be what you would call not very nutritious. Those are empty calories. Empty calories. They don't benefit us at all. Okay, chapter 3. We're moving right along. Phytochemicals. These are nature's magic pills, and we've been looking for magic pills a long time. Well, they're found in nature. These are naturally occurring in plants, and these are just simply nutrients. Phytochemicals are nutrients. Like broccoli and cabbage, these vegetables sweep toxins out of our cells. Beets and peppers and tomatoes, they fight cancerous changes in our cells. And oranges and apples protect blood vessels from damage leading to heart disease. No wonder they used to say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Cancer is much more preventable than it is treatable. That's found on page 68 of Eat to Live. I'm not making any of this stuff up. All of it is documented. There are scientific studies to prove all of this. Read Eat to Live. All right, chapter 4, the dark side of animal protein. Oh, it sounds disgusting. So there was this study called the China Project or China Study, and it's the most comprehensive study on diet and disease that's ever been done. It proved these 5 facts. Number 1, we don't need milk to guard against osteoporosis. 2, the best sources of protein are not meat and dairy. 3, plant foods are high in protein. So when you ask me, how do you get your protein? I get it from the very best source, plants. Number 4, high protein diets are not healthy. Oh, you lose weight, but you're not doing it in a healthy way. And 5, low-fat diets, eating just chicken and fish and skim milk, they do not protect against cancer. So also in chapter 4, they found that as the amount of animal foods increase in your diet, so did the emergence of cancers. This is in China. Areas in China with extremely low consumptions of animal foods were virtually free of heart disease and cancers. It didn't even hardly exist there. And red meat is not our only problem. We think, okay, if we stay away from red meat, we're fine. No, consuming chicken and fish is also linked to colon cancer. Chicken and fish. They studied 32,000 adults for 6 years and found that chicken has the same amount of cholesterol as beef. And potent cancer-causing compounds, HCAs, is even more concentrated in chicken than beef. Cholesterol levels decrease by reducing saturated fat and animal protein while eating more plants. Less meat, more plants. And populations with very low cholesterol levels have not only low heart disease, but low cancer rates as well. And then we find that in the past 30 years, our intake of cheese has increased by 182%. And cheese is high saturated fat, but we're eating more of it than we ever have. I know when I used to stir fry my meals with olive oil, I would have a block of cheese and cut a couple of slices to just munch on while I was cooking. Just saturated fat. And I wondered, why can't I lose weight? I'm eating healthy. I was eating yogurt every day. I was drinking smoothies. I liked all that stuff. I was using olive oil. I used butter instead of margarine. I was doing all those things that I thought was healthy. I ate salmon. Now, salmon, right? No, that's not healthy. That's not considered healthy. There's even research that connects breast cancer and prostate cancers to high protein diets. I would never in a million years ever connect prostate or breast cancer with nutrition and what we're eating or not eating. So in conclusion, we went through 4 chapters very rapidly. But you can get the book and read all about it yourself. Rewind this video and watch it again. Make sure to check your BMI this week. See what that's like. Also, I remember measure your waist. If a woman's waist is under 34 inches, she's most likely not to have a heart problem, heart attacks. Under 34. Needless to say, I was over that too. I was over that and only 5'1". That's a shame. So until next time, healthy self, heal thyself, and you be blessed. Thank you so much for watching.